What could become a major tourist attraction along our border with Mexico went back into operation today. The Tijuana and Tecate tourist train made its first run in a long time, but the train still faces a lot of uphill pulls. Not all of them on the rails. KUSI's Doug Curley has that story.
All aboard! I know it's written down somewhere that you can't start a train story without a conductor yelling that, so you are now officially aboard the first Tijuana and Tecate passenger train to run in 5 years. It was a joint effort of a whole lot of people, not to mention 2 countries, to get a collapsed tunnel reopened so the tracks could be cleared and the train in operation. The inaugural run was filled with people from both countries who love trains. This is a tourist train. It's not a commuter train. No one is going to firewall it to keep a tight schedule. This trip was made for visual enjoyment. It being the inaugural run of what the owners hope will be a regular schedule, Tijuana Motorcycle Police provided escort out of town. They sort of had to keep people from running onto the tracks or driving right in front of the Southern Pacific engine.
The population is not accustomed to tourist trains like this going through town. It's going to be a regular event, though.
Well, it may be and it may not be. More on that coming up. But for this trip, once the train got out of Tijuana, there was a whole lot to see, both inside the train and outside the windows. Holly Berkeley was aboard looking for new and interesting attractions to put on her website. It's .com everywhere you turn, isn't it?
We're trying to help promote traveling in Baja, and so we thought it'd be a good thing to come check out.
Tom McVeigh, well, he'll go anywhere there are rails. The scenery is a bonus.
I love Mexico, you know, so I just a nice slow ride and we can see everything.
Gary Sweetwood is vice president of Carrizo Gorge Railway, and he has a dream for this train. Already has the ultimate route planned out.
From San Isidro to Tecate, and eventually, hopefully, we'll get it out into the gorge and open it up and be able to run clear to Centro.
Well, that means it's time to address that problem I mentioned earlier. Right now, it's highly unlikely Gary is going to get permission to bring that train into the U.S. at either end, San Isidro or El Centro. What's keeping this train from coming into the United States and originating trips there is a fight between 2 very powerful congressmen. Democrat Bob Filner says, let's bring this train into the U.S. Republican Duncan Hunter says that'll happen over his dead body. Hunter has the power, due to seniority and committee assignments, to keep the gates to the U.S. closed to any trains, and he's quite open and honest about his intentions to do just that. He is convinced any train that comes through Mexico into the U.S. is probably going to be carrying drugs or drug dealers or both, if it's not raided by Mexican bandidos en route. Having to take a bus to Tijuana to get on the train, then take a bus back to the U.S. to get home, may serve to dampen a lot of the enthusiasm for the train. Train buffs don't want to ride buses. They want to ride trains. From Tecate, Doug Curley, KUSI News.
Now, Doug says the train offers passengers 3 hours to shop and party in Tecate before returning to Tijuana. Partying should be easy. When the train rolls to a stop in Tecate, it stops right in front of the main gate of the giant Tecate Brewery.